So here we have the file wind.mass, and if we hit Control P to place these agents, then we see we have a whole bunch of box agents, and these box agents are set up to respond to wind by reading the inputs wind.x, wind.y, and wind.z, and that tells the agent the direction of wind at their particular position, and they respond to it by translating in that exact amount. Agents can respond to wind with the brain set up like this, or they can respond to wind using dynamics. If the agent is controlled by dynamics, it will automatically respond to wind in whatever way the dynamics is set up. Now, any of these agents could generate the wind, but only the last one would actually control the wind in the scene. So to avoid confusion, it's always good to set aside a special agent just to control wind in the scene, and that's this red one here. And this red one has nothing in the brain right now, but we'll add an output node for generating wind, and we'll call this one wind.x. We turn this to 1 and take a look at what goes on here. We can see that when we start running, all the agents are blown exactly 1 unit per second in the x direction. It's not very wind-like behavior. So we will add some noise. So add a noise node and a couple of defuzz nodes. Set the range of wind.x from -1 to 1. One of these defuzz nodes will be in the negative x direction, set to -1. The other one will be in the positive direction. This -1 will be an else, this positive one will be connected to the noise. So now we see that not very much is happening because the noise node has not had its rate turned on. And once we turn that up, this noise value will change over time, and so will the direction of the wind. And now we see that it's moving a little more like wind does, blowing from side to side. We can also add some more directions. Create wind.z, same range, and connect these. So now it's blowing in the x and z axes randomly, but they're still all moving together, and that's really unlike wind. So in order to add randomness to where the wind is blowing in individual positions, we can create a couple more output nodes called wind.a and wind.f. And these control the amplitude and frequency of variation in the wind. So let's set these to some value. And we can see that the agents are now moving a little more like they would in the wind, or perhaps a strong water current. So when we're happy with that setup, we can save this WindGen agent as windgen.cdl and save the setup as wind.mass.